Welcome back to Dear Kimmy. Today we're in the kitchen. We're talking all things protein because we had a question from Austin about how to get in more protein, what to do. Let's take a look at her question. She says, I know I should eat more protein, but I struggle to fit it into my diet beyond the basic Greek yogurt, eggs, protein with lunch, protein with dinner, and I'm struggling to hit the macros. Can you help me, dear Kimmy? Yes, I can. Let's talk about it, Austin. So the first thing I want to tell you is that I'm hearing you're having trouble hitting your protein macro, but it sounds like you're eating yogurt and eggs and getting in protein with lunch and dinner. So I'm wondering if maybe you're getting in enough protein, but you're eating too much carbohydrates and fat. And when you have too much of those, it might be pushing that percentage of protein down. So you might try limiting or reducing whatever macro seems to be very high, like your carbs and your fat potentially. So that's the first thing. The next thing is I hear you have protein with lunch and dinner, which is great, but what about breakfast? I think so many people are missing breakfast, they're skipping breakfast, and they're not getting in enough protein because if you skip protein at any one meal, you're gonna struggle to hit your protein macro for the day. And breakfast is the most important out of all of the meals. I eat it when I wake up. So you wanna get that protein in first thing in the morning with your breakfast. So if you're out there and you're skipping breakfast, I'm here to tell you, don't do it. Most of my clients, when they're skipping breakfast and then I get them to eat breakfast, all of a sudden the last 5 pounds comes off. The 5 pounds they could not lose no matter what they did, then it comes off. So don't miss breakfast. Now let's talk about protein foods, where you're gonna get the biggest bang for your buck. How about that, Austin? It's definitely gonna be in your meats. And I know a lot of you don't wanna eat a lot of meat, I understand that, but the most protein is gonna be in your chicken and even your red meat, which you can have occasionally, ground turkey. How about fish? There's so much protein in fish, so please don't skip out the fish. Have it as much as you can. The next thing, and I get a lot of my protein from dairy. Now, Austin already talked about the fact that she eats a lot of Greek yogurt, and I have a lot of Greek yogurt as well because it's so much protein. And if you have really high fat going on in your macros, you can get a non-fat Greek yogurt, and this is pure high protein, a great one. Now, if also you can eat some dairy, cottage cheese is super high in protein. Be careful, only have 1 serving because it's also super high in sodium. If you're dairy-free because you think it's healthier, it's actually not, okay? There is nothing wrong with dairy if you don't have an intolerance, and there is not only so much protein, there is so much calcium. And hey, ladies, we need that calcium as we're getting older. So if you do not have an intolerance, I'm gonna tell you these 2 dairy items are the way to go. Now, Austin also talked about the fact that she eats eggs, and eggs are another great protein source. I like to have hard-boiled eggs in the fridge at all times because it is an easy go-to grab kind of snack. And if your fat is high in your macros, have egg whites because that's gonna be pure protein as well. And then one that's sort of a hidden guess today is edamame pasta. If you haven't tried this yet, I highly recommend it. And I'm gonna let you know, I tried all the pastas. The chickpea pasta is terrible. The consistency is awful. It might be high protein, but it tastes bad. Edamame pasta is the way to go. It tastes good and it says 44 grams of protein in it. Make sure when you get edamame pasta that you look at the label, look at the ingredients, and it should only have organic edamame bean. Don't let it have a lot of other things. It should only have that. And that is a great way, Austin, to get even more protein, super healthy as well. So these are all the things that you can do. If you want some more protein ideas, go to earnthatbody.com/protein, and I'll give you a whole sheet with even more protein ideas. But here's some good ones. Austin, make sure you reduce your carbs and your fat potentially, and make sure you're also getting protein at breakfast. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed Dear Kimmy. Please subscribe to the channel, give us a like, put a comment below. And if you have a question for Dear Kimmy, put it below or email me at kim@earnthatbody.com.